Tulsi Gabbard served in the body that Zelensky addressed tonight. She's also a former presidential candidate, currently an Army Reserve officer. She joins us tonight with reaction. Congressman, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks, Tucker.
This makes me worried on many levels, but as a process question, everyone in that room, members of Congress, both Republican and Democrat, seem so seized by emotion that you were wondering, like, where are the wise people making decisions in the long-term interest of the United States? I didn't see any of them.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing as I was watching that speech, and it really is kind of the manifestation in front of our very eyes of a whole lot of hypocrisy, because you have the Biden administration's whole foreign policy is essentially based on democracies and autocracies. We've got to divide the world between these two categories, and the U.S. is going to lead the charge for democracies to defeat the autocracies. And so they have said, hey, Ukraine is a thriving democracy, and Zelensky is this hero that is protecting this democracy, which is why Biden says we'll do everything within our power to support him. And, oh, by the way, we're going to send almost $100 billion of American taxpayer dollars to go and support this defense of democracy. But when you actually look at what Zelensky's democracy is, you see no freedom of the press. He has shut down any media that he does not control, his government does not control. He has gotten political opposition arrested, made sure that that's happened. As you mentioned, he shut down the biggest Ukraine church in the country. And I found this quote today. He has actually threatened to punish, quote, any Christian caught worshiping in unapproved ways.
Oh, come on.
This is the democracy that they are saying, well, we need all of your money, our money, taxpayer dollars to go and defend. This is their shining example of democracy. It's no surprise then when we look at what's happening here at home, Tucker, and it's no surprise how we see the political and power elite so easily and willing to undermine our own democracy, undermine our own freedoms, abusing their power to achieve their own political interests, because they look to Zelensky's democracy and they see a reflection and an opportunity for themselves.
I just don't understand how members of Congress could know that this guy is arresting Christian priests, seizing churches, banning an entire denomination, and it's not Scientology. This is like an ancient denomination. How can they endorse that? I don't understand. And they're Americans? Like, what is this?
I think it shows a pure dereliction of duty, frankly, on so many of these members of Congress from both parties who are so hooked into and controlled by the war machine in Washington, the military-industrial complex, that they will sit there. You know, they took a pledge to uphold our Constitution, to support and defend the safety, security, and freedom of the American people, and yet they're just sitting there clapping and cheering on this guy who uses fancy words like democracy and freedom and aren't looking at the facts of what's really going on and have no idea where our taxpayer dollars are going. And as you said, could not define what is our objective that serves the interests of the American people.
It's scary how irrational it is. It actually really worries me. I appreciate your coming on. Congressman Tulsi Gabbard, thank you.